music stopped. That's awful. I wish I could continue. All right. So, as you guys know, my name is Andria Schultz. And once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a small town with her mother and father. She had a little sister, her cat, named Sadie, who she adored. She was a straight-A student. She had many friends. She loved to read, bike, play video games, play sports, go to her piano classes. Right, Mom? Actually, that's a lie. She hated her piano classes. Regrets it now, but hated it then. She learned to be confident because of her parents. Her parents told her over and over again, there are no limits to your dreams. Whatever you dream of, you can make into a reality. They said this out of faith, love, and support. That little girl was me. So how does one gain confidence to make their dreams into reality? Even with the support of loved ones, it can be quite difficult to believe in oneself. Especially being a woman in this day and age, it's almost vital to own your confidence. There are daily campaigns telling people how to look, feel, think, and speak. Women who want to be successful have to learn to be tough and confident, even in negative situations. I believe one gains confidence by surrounding themselves with positive, like-minded individuals, being kind to themselves, finding mentors, and facing their fears. What I can tell you are experiences from my own life that have taught me to remain confident and go after my dreams no matter the circumstance. Now, I knew at a very young age who I planned on becoming. Just wait till you hear it. The next CEO of Disney. That's right, Disney. As you can imagine, a lot of people looked at me and laughed. But that didn't stop my little self from dreaming large. I wanted to become something that a lot of people had a fear of accomplishing. Yet, at this young age, I remained positive that this was who I planned on becoming. It was a warm, sunny day, and I was going to church with my parents. And my mom pointed out about 45 minutes into the sermon, the beautiful brunette lady over in the corner. She goes, "She works on the show Extreme Makeover. You should go talk to her." I remember feeling, one, encouragement. My mom had told me to do something that not a lot of people's parents do. She wanted me to be bold. 2, what is this lady going to think of me? 3, what am I even going to say? And 4, just do it, you chicken. So I waited till Mass was over, and I approached this young, beautiful brunette lady, and I said to her, "Hi, I'm Andria, and I watch your show on TV. Can I have your autograph?" "Yeah, of course you can." So I pulled out my church donation paper, flipped it over so that she could sign it. And while she was signing the paper, I said to her, "I want to be the next CEO of Disney. Can you help me?" So she finished signing the paper, looked up at me, smiled, and said, "Honey, you are so young. Come back to me when you're really serious about the film industry." Now, I know some of you might be thinking, way to go, lady, you just killed this little girl's dreams. I cried for a little while. Just kidding, but no, really, seriously. And some of you might be thinking, you asked her that directly? The answer is yes. Why do we fear the unknown? I believe that we fear the unknown because we are afraid of rejection. This is exactly what happened to me. Indirectly, she rejected my request to help me pursue my dream. But that rejection didn't mean it was over. It just meant that the timing was not correct. There are times in entrepreneurship where you will be told no. But what I can tell you is that I've been told no so many times. But one thing that I've always taken with me is a positive outlook on the situation. The universe has a funny way of making certain things happen for a particular reason. I believe this happens because we're either meant to go in a different direction or paths will be crossed in the near future. Now, I'm not saying to go around and harass the person who you have been rejected from, but what I am telling you is that if the door is still open, which by her saying, "Come back to me when you're really serious about the film industry," the door is technically still open. But to be persistent and confident. And it's not only confidence that will get you through this hurdle, but it's being confident and showing that you're passionate about something that you want to accomplish. with passion comes success. To continue this story, I ended up approaching her a few years later into my teenage life, and I told her the same exact thing, that I wanted to be the next CEO of Disney. And guess what her response was this time? You are ready. I need you to read this book before our lunch meeting. And the book was called How to Make It into Hollywood by Linda Bazell, which, by the way, I highly recommend you read if you want to go along the path of Hollywood. It is one of the most insightful books, and it tells you what to prepare for along your journey. And not only that, I remember going to this lunch meeting and feeling so nervous that the palms of my hands were so sweaty. And I remember saying to myself, Andrea, don't mess this up. And even though I was so nervous, I knew that I wasn't going to have any trouble with being myself. Because when you are yourself, you're calm, cool, confident, and untroubled. And sometimes you go into situations where you're so nervous and you might feel like you might make the situation awkward. But just remember that any situation can become quote unquote awkward, but I believe you are in control with how you feel in that moment. And guess what? Things ended up going so smoothly that I learned one valuable lesson that I've taken with me throughout my entire journey. When attempting to get into any industry that you want to get into, you must attain elephant skin. In other words, thick skin. In entrepreneurship, you will constantly be tested on your strength. Now that I had the tools to get me started, I knew that I had to acquire my elephant skin. But where would I attain these skills? I remember feeling so unsure and being afraid of failure. Would people see right through me? Would they see my weaknesses? Yeah, I had my doubts, but through those doubts, I found my strength. I had my aha moment when I was having lunch with my mom, and I was telling her how I wanted to face my fear of failing. And little did I know that the owner of the restaurant, Carlos Hernandez, a retired Dodger player from the 90s, had been listening to me rant the entire time. He said, "You are the only person that goes through ups and downs, but it's a matter of whether or not you let those downs bring you down or you let those downs bring you up." I learned one valuable lesson from that. Failure does not exist. Failure is when you allow your mind to believe that you are not good enough or cannot achieve something. There are no limits. You are the only person who limits yourself. And through entrepreneurship, sometimes the door might seem like it's closed, and you might even want to give up. Don't. You will only do a disservice to yourself. I had the very first opportunity in the film industry at 21 years old, and I got asked to be an executive producer for a television and radio show. And I had to work with my quote-unquote mentor, who I went into business with, and I trusted him with my whole heart. I had no doubt that we were going to be so successful. And like all my previous mentors, he had experience in the entertainment industry. But I had no idea that I was going to be in for a roller coaster with this project. Things were smooth sailing until I realized how he was closing these business deals. He manipulated situations, took advantage of my good nature, the commitment of my team, compromised his morals and values in pursuit of his own personal gain, and not only that, he pushed me and my team further and further behind in pursuit of his own dreams. I learned you must always trust your gut. How could I allow someone to manipulate the way that I felt? This was the first time in the business world that I had felt defeated. But it didn't take me long to realize that I was being my own worst enemy. No one can make you feel inferior unless you allow them to. And another thing, in entrepreneurship, you will always have good and bad mentors in your life, so be wary of them. Now, I didn't sit around crying my eyes out. I ended up going and approaching people in the film industry that I knew that I could trust. And they gave me the opportunity to go to an America's Funniest Home Video show taping. And the producer approached me, and he wanted me to play the game with Tom Bergeron. the head, stomach, and groin game. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But I didn't get the chance to play with him because the production coordinator assistant had accidentally chosen another girl to play the game. But I was okay with that. I knew that another opportunity would arise. And sure enough, the producer came up to me and he apologized. He said, "Andrea, I am so sorry that happened to you. You know what? Let me take your email and I'll let you come to another show taping." So I took this opportunity to be bold. And I said to him, "Better yet, give me a job. I want to work here." He looked dumbfounded. And he said to me, "You know what? Let's see what we can do. I'll email you in the next couple weeks and we'll see what happens." He actually ended up emailing me the next day. And I got the opportunity. That opportunity landed me jobs like America's Funniest Home Videos, The Real Daytime on Warner Brothers, Disney Channel, NCIS, and many more. What I learned from this was that opportunity is limitless. Whatever you put your mind to doing, you can make into reality. And through all of these opportunities, I learned to be positive. And how can we become the entrepreneurs, the confident entrepreneurs that we want to be, if we don't go out and try? Life is my fairy tale, and I continuously write my story.